today that we won't have that opportunity, and that hurts. It's hard, but it was a heck of a year for me, to be able to come back, play this game, be proud. I was proud of the way I played all year. It's never perfect. There's always plays that I want to have back, but to be a part of this team, be one of the 53 on this franchise, and have an opportunity to compete for a division and have a chance to go to the playoffs, that was something that motivated me every day when I woke up to go to work, make myself better, make this football team better, make my teammates better. Those young guys, it was great to work with them every day and be a mentor to them. And we came up short, but it's a group of guys. It's a show-me game. It's a hard game. And we had our opportunities, and unfortunately we didn't get them. But, I'll take a few days and figure out what's next. But as I said to you guys a year ago when I retired, to have the opportunity for 16 seasons to put on that helmet and run through and run on that field with the star on your helmet, that's an opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm so thankful to everybody in the organization, starting with the Jones family, for that opportunity. And, one of the best decisions I made was listening to my gut to come back and play. And I'm sure that decision can be picked apart a million different ways, but I'm really proud of the way I played. And I love this game. This game's given so much to me. So, any questions?
If you do decide to leave, Jason, do you feel like you left on your own terms with the way you came back?
I don't know how that plays out. We'll have to see. I think there's a lot of moving parts, I think, that we all know. And any time a season ends and you're at this point in your career, you got to take time, and organization has to make the decision, and you have to make a decision on what you want to do. I know, I left everything I had out there. And when you empty the bucket like that, like I tried to do every single day, that takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of your family. But, their support was unwavering every step of the way, and have a chance to go compete and being out there on the field at critical moments. Maybe it was a little bit of a different role, but damn, I sure enjoyed it.
Whit, how hard was it to come in this locker room at the end of this game today?
No, it's hard. It's hard. More than anything else is, in the midst of all that happened this season, 8-8, and we had opportunities, but to still be on the verge of having a hope that you're going to host a playoff game, I think that's what makes it so hard. I think it's one of those things, if you can get in the tournament, who knows? And I've been on teams that were 13-3, and maybe you weren't rolling going into the playoffs. And there are teams that can get in like this and maybe do some work in the playoffs. But we had opportunities. That's what made it so hard coming in here today. So a lot of great guys in this locker room, coaches and players alike. But look, this game doesn't wait on anybody. It's a show-me game, and players and coaches collectively have to do it, and we didn't do it this year. That's hard.
What was Jason Garrett's message to the team after the game?
Just that he was proud. He was proud of the guys. Jason's a first-class man. I think I've been with him since 2007. I've seen him as an offense coordinator. I've seen him as a head coach in every different role that you can think of, to see it evolve from being a coordinator then to a head coach. I've seen him on an interim basis. But he's just an unwavering with his message. I think the job of the head coach is to provide perspective and kind of show how you're going to get there. And that's the way he approached it, and he just said he was proud, stand tall. And that was his message last night. I think he was really proud of the way we played today.
You've had an amazing story. If this is it, what do you hope your legacy will be with Cowboys fans?
Well, I have time to get back to that, to think about it. But, I told myself when I came back that, my approach was to come in every day and to make everybody around that team, including myself, better. And, you have to bring it every day, because everybody in the building's watching you, watching every move, and all the young athletes out there that want to be great one day. That's what it takes. Every single day you got to bring it. You got to set the tone through success and when you have tough times that come up, that's the only way you can approach it. And until you walk in those shoes, young guys will always look up to you, and what you say and how you say it and what you do. And so, my legacy, that's for other people to talk about, but hey, a guy that brought it every single day, was prepared. He loved the game, he cherished the opportunity, and he was never going to be outworked. And that's how I try to approach it.
So last one, guys. Jason, when you've played this season, is there anything you feel like you weren't as good as in doing before you retired in that final season? Did you feel like you were the same guy or different?
I think there wasn't any moment this season, through training camp, through the all season, in games, in practice, that I felt I couldn't win and do my job at the level I've always done it. This is a different offense than in 07, a different offense in 2012 when I caught 110 passes, and so it's not always apples to apples when you can start comparing, because it's a different system. It really is, even though there are a lot of similarities still around with the scheme. So I don't measure it on those things, even though I think on the surface it's easy to look at production from a stat line and probably say it wasn't. But I really felt like it was one of my better blocking seasons in the last 4 or 5 years. And tight end's an interesting position, because every time you line up, the guy across from you, whether it's a defensive end, is probably stronger and bigger than you, or a linebacker or safety that's probably more athletic than you, and you got to find other ways to win. And that's for every guy that plays this position in the league. And so, I'm sure, I'm not naive enough to think at 37 I'm the same player I was at 25, but I worked really hard, and the coaching staff, the trainers, the strength staff, and all the sacrifices and work they put in, I felt like there wasn't a game that I showed up that I couldn't make plays to help this team. So I had mistakes too. It wasn't perfect, but they weren't perfect in 2007 either, and so that's what makes it hard. If this is the end, I'm really proud of how I played today and hold my head up high, but it's never about that. It's never about a catch or 1,200 catches. It's about winning. And to not have that opportunity to hold up a trophy, to bring that to the Jones family, to bring that back to Dallas, it's hard.
You know Jason Garrett so well. Jason, I have to ask you, how much more difficult does it make it knowing that this could be Jason Garrett's last season here as well?
Yeah, I think, look, I think that's a tough question to ask. We'll see what happens here in the next few weeks, but Jason's he's gone about it the right way every step of the way, and who knows what happens. And I really don't feel like I'm in a position to comment on that, just because I don't know, what goes on. You go out there and you try to play, and came in today, think we're going to get a home playoff game. That's the way we all believe. So I can probably answer that for you, in due time.
All right, thanks, Witten.
All right, guys.